My name's Adam Harrison. I'm a GP by background. Primarily I work as Assistant Medical Director for NHS England at the moment, but I also work as a salaried GP a day a week. I do out-of-hours GP. I teach med students and registrars in the out-of-hours, and I'm a GP appraiser. When I was practicing as a GP, I decided to study law, take the leap at that stage. I'd already been qualified for 8 years by that stage, and I'd done other things before my GP training, and I just really piqued my interest at that time, and so I went to work for the Medical Defence Union as a medical legal advisor, and while it was very interesting, the super interesting cases always got handed on to legal, and so I thought I want to be the person kind of finishing the cases rather than handing them on. So that's really what motivated me to do my law studies. Well, I funded my legal studies in a couple of ways. The courses were full-time, so 4 days a week, so I could practice 1 day a week as a locum, and I could work out of hours at the weekends. But I also applied for scholarships to the Lincoln's Inn, which is one of the Inns of Court, and I got quite a generous Lord Denning scholarship worth £15,000 that covered my fees on the bar course. More recently, I've applied for training contracts with law firms and been successful, and they've funded me as their sponsor to do the LPC, the legal practice course. I finished everything and was called to the bar in October 2014. I was applying for pupilages in chambers, but unfortunately not successfully. So I had this bar qualification and this legal degree and not really very much to do with it. So I started looking around myself for organisations locally that I thought might be able to use a doctor with a legal qualification. So for example, I contacted the local medical committee and spoke to the chief exec and said, might you be able to use someone with my skill set? And he said, yep, come on in for a chat. And it kind of went from there, really. I also applied to be a case investigator for NHS England, which looks into allegations of underperformance among GPs, and they were very keen as well because of my legal qualification. So, to an extent, I made these opportunities. I approached organisations and was fortunate that they were interested. I do still practice as a GP while doing my legal work because a lot of my work is within the clinical arena and I'm doing medical legal advising. If I'm not still practicing, I'm not maintaining my skills and my knowledge, I'm not being able to keep up to date. Also, it's frowned upon, to say the least, if you are opining on other practitioners and you're not practicing yourself, so it kind of makes sense to carry on doing that. So yeah, it definitely gives you the credibility to pursue those roles.